Welcome to the weekly World Climate Change News. I'm Alexandra, and today we will speak about the following topics: fivefold surge in climate and weather-related disasters. Climate change damages the economy. Madagascar experiences famine due to climate change. The future of the humanitarian aid. New York City issued its first ever flash flood emergency warning. Mental health and disaster response. Climate change and the conflict in Somalia. So let's begin. Fivefold surge in climate and weather-related disasters. According to the World Meteorological Organization and the UN Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, climate events have accounted for 50% of all disasters, 45% of all reported deaths, and 74% of the reported economic losses in the past 50 years. Although over the years, the use of better multi-hazard early warning systems has resulted in a significant decrease in mortality, more robust systems are needed to save lives in the face of the impending climate change-driven catastrophes. Climate change damages the economy. According to the latest report published by the World Meteorological Organization, an average of $383 million in economic loss happens for every extreme weather event around the world. Furthermore, the report found out that total economic cost of these extreme weather events has increased sevenfold compared to the 1970s. Climate change has been established as the major driver of weather-related disasters after examining nearly 11,000 different events which occurred during the last 5 decades. Madagascar experiences famine due to climate change. Madagascar is experiencing its worst drought in over 40 years. The UN states that the country is about to experience the first famine due to climate change, a tragic fact given that the people in Madagascar did not meaningfully contribute to human-induced global warming. 30,000 people are currently living in the highest level of food insecurity in this region, as research continues to show that aridity in Madagascar has worsened due to burning of fossil fuels. The future of the humanitarian aid. Humanitarian experts have been prepared to respond when the Pakistan Meteorological Department predicted drastically lower rainfall in 2020 and 2021. Practitioners have been working with the University of Reading in the United Kingdom for more than 3 years to build an agricultural drought prediction model for Pakistan. The goal was to use the scientific modeling to guide early intervention and safeguard communities from the effects of climate change before they occurred. New York City issued first ever flash flood emergency warning. The National Weather Service issued its first flash flood emergency warning on Wednesday for parts of Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens, as heavy rainfall pounded the city. The heavy rainfall, flood, and tornado warnings are what is left of Cyclone Ida, which hit Louisiana earlier this week. Climate scientists say that these extreme weather events are triggered by climate change, and we will see increasingly extreme weather over the next few decades. Mental health and disaster response. Research studies have shown that riverine communities are seriously affected with mental health issues that are rarely ever counted in the disaster mitigation policies. For instance, it is known that in Bangladesh, riverine disasters induced by climate change have caused significant material damage to community livelihoods which are dependent on the river. Yet, due to the lack of research and understanding of mental health consequences of natural disasters, it is difficult for policymakers to take them into account. Specific on-the-field research is urgently needed to develop policies that could help future disaster mitigation efforts. Climate change and the conflict in Somalia. The United Nations Assistance Mission to Somalia, UNSOM, includes climate change and environmental clauses in its mandate. It urges various stakeholders to consider the after-effects of climate change and the damage caused by this change. There is now an international movement for including these considerations into future missions to various areas across the globe. This comes as a result of studies showing that 3 to 4 degrees Celsius increase would make many parts of Somalia unlivable, adding to the troubles caused by the conflict in this country. Thank you for watching. This was Alexandra for the Weekly World Climate Change News. I hope you find this interesting, and if you do, like, comment, subscribe, and see you here next week.